Hello, I'm Johnny Massacre. This is recorded in Tokyo, Japan, and I am your mouthpiece for all the random shit happening in Japan, Tokyo, from the perspective of a British rapper, producer, and DJ. This is my vlog number 7, I guess, and today I just want to give you a roundup of what I'm doing. I'm working on a new song. It's a drum and bass song. Do you know what drum and bass is? I fucking hope so. It's one of my favorite types of music. I'm just kind of doing lots of menial donkey work on my computer, which is not so creative, but it's like organizing sounds and stuff because I'm a music producer. And when I do that, occasionally when I'm organizing sounds, I'll stumble upon like a nice little arrangement which will blossom, for want of a better word, maybe a darker one. It will spiral into a song. And one of those songs which really started to just make itself and snowball is, I believe it's called The Squared Circle, and it uses some samples from a very famous fighter right now from Ireland who's a real character. And you can actually hear a version of that on my podcast, which is 109,000 Radio, Shibuya 109,000. That is 109,000. Search for it on iTunes and you can download that. Episode 3, you can hear it. But it's much changed. I sent it to one of my best friends, probably my best friend, Luke, in London, and he told me, man, the second drop has to be the first drop. And he's right. The second drop's really heavy. The first drop's kind of building up. And so I changed the second drop to the first drop, moved the heavy drop at the ends to the beginning, and then I had to start rearranging the song. So it's pretty much done now. It's just now it's a case of like papering over the cracks and trying to kind of cover it with icing so you can't really see the cake, but when you take a bite into the track, it's like, that shit's delicious, if that makes any sense. So that should be done pretty soon. I'm probably going to release that on my Twin Balkan record label, but I might start a new record label. More information as it comes. What else am I doing? I'm kind of still trying to get a six-pack. It's not really working. It's so hard. It's nearly there. See? If it's like that. Nearly there. But I'm trying to get a six-pack, and I've been trying for like fucking God knows how many years. You know, I ran a Tokyo Marathon, and the whole reason for doing that, there's actually a t-shirt on the wall that says Tokyo Marathon, you can see there. It's all fucking, yeah, there. And I started doing it because I wanted to have a six-pack. But then, of course, when you get into marathon training, it's not really about the six-pack anymore. It's about how fast you run it. And I ran it in 3 hours 19. I wanted to do it in 3 hours, but I'm very injury-prone. My body just wouldn't allow it. Anyways, the point of the story is when I finished the marathon, I had a bigger belly than when I started because I was just consuming so much. And since then, I've been really trying to find a way to get a six-pack. The problem is, I can tell you right now, anyone who wants to get a six-pack, it's simply about the food that you eat. Full stop. You can do as many sit-ups as you want. It's not going to change anything. If you have a layer of fat covering your muscle, you will not be able to see it. And okay, so you say, well, why don't you just do loads of exercise? I did a marathon in 3 hours 19 minutes. Probably was about 3 hours 15 because there were so many cunts in front of me at the beginning, which is super fast. And I still didn't have a six-pack because I was training so much every day, and it was serious training that I was. My hunger would just increase exponentially, analogous to how much exercise I was doing. So I would always eat a lot, and then when I'm exercising more, I'll eat more, and then exercise an extreme amount, I'll eat an extreme amount, and it's always like that. And it's that simple. And you know, I changed my diet. I've given up sweets, and even though I don't quite have a six-pack, and I berate myself about it because I'm a perfectionist, I have to say, the good thing is I've given up sweets. I don't eat chocolate anymore. I don't eat snacks. I don't eat potato chips, candy, donuts, ice cream. No, I don't eat it. And if you stop eating that for a month, you won't want to touch it anymore. There's no need. If I do anaerobic training, which is the kind of training which is basically based around your muscles and the glycogen and sugar and energy use, as opposed to oxygen and blood flow, which is aerobic exercise. If I do that kind of exercise, which I often do, kickboxing, you know, a bit of this, that. If I do that, I need to eat some kind of sugar, and in that case, I'll eat honey, and I eat acacia honey. I think it's pronounced acacia, I'm guessing. Acacia honey has the lowest score on the glycemic index. The glycemic index is a ranking system that ranks food according to how much it spikes your blood sugar levels and your insulin. Insulin is a hormone that's secreted by the pancreas, which helps to break down sugars and glucose, and it converts the sugars to energy and the carbohydrates to energy, and then the rest of it is retained as fat. So the lower score on the glycemic index, the less body fat you retain, and acacia honey is the lowest on the glycemic index. So when I'm feeling famished and really need to replenish my muscles with some glycogen, glucose and all that kind of shit, I will have some of that honey, which is okay. And so yeah, I mean, I've been doing this diet for a while, but that again is not enough, because you can fucking stuff yourself on foods that are low on the glycemic index, like cashew nuts and whole cream and all that kind of stuff, steak, and there's lots of calories in that. So the way I've noticed, when you rein in the eating, that is when the fat comes off the most. It doesn't matter how much exercise you do. Of course, you want to balance the diet and the eating with exercise, but the key is stop fucking eating. And that's why you see all this stuff on TV and like online and shit about like fat shaming and how, you know, we shouldn't be ashamed of our body size. Bullshit. Because if you look at scientific facts, which don't seem to really count anymore, people who are obese, they die earlier. Your life is reduced. So that shit shouldn't be normalized. Everyone should be thinking about exercise and food balance. It's really important. I'm trying to master it. My current thing is something called intermittent fasting. Check it out. There's a guy called Terry Crews, this pretty cool actor. I think he's an actor who has this ridiculous rippling body, and he says the way he does it is through intermittent fasting, which is basically skipping breakfast. So you have 2 meals a day. You have lunch and dinner, and then your last meal, which is dinner, you don't eat again for 16 hours. So let's say you have dinner, you finish at 8 o'clock, then you wake up at 8 a.m. Well, that's a fucking long sleep, but okay, whatever. You wake up at 8 a.m. That's 12 hours sleep. You gotta get to 16, so that's 4 more hours. So at midday, then you can start eating again. You have your lunch, and then at 7 p.m. you have your dinner. You finish at 8, and you keep doing it like that. And I don't know how it works, but apparently your body goes into this fasting state, so all of the nutrients is like absorbed by the muscles and the various parts of the body that needs it, and every like last molecule of that energy is used. And during that state, you have more fat burning, and apparently some people who do intermittent fasting have more energy and bigger muscles, and it's kind of working, but it's still hard to kind of balance that food properly. I'm going on a real tangent. I pretty much summed up my life right now. It's about music and exercise. That's it. So that's my vlog number 7. I say vlog, not vlog, because I think it sounds much better. Vlog sounds like, I don't know, you've got some kind of speech impediment. Yeah, my name's Johnny Massacre, so make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoyed my random bullshit. I'm just a rapper, producer, DJ living in Japan, just going to be giving you my thoughts on my life. You know, maybe the kind of the aesthetics, you know, appeal of my voice might soothe you to sleep or bore you to sleep or anything, or maybe get you aroused, whatever the reason. If you like this in any way, shape or form, like and subscribe so we can keep it cracking. I'm Johnny Massacre, and I'm out.